Hey guys, just something so you guys know this. I will be doing this every once in a while when there's a game like Colorado. I know we're going to win, and just to do it, we are going to sim this game, but the Cal game will be in this video. So don't worry, we're just going to do a quick sim, and we win 34-24 like everybody thought we would, and we should. So now we're at 7-0. We'll skip everything that happened in the Cal week. Only thing that Oregon did lose to Washington State though, so Oregon is now a 3-loss team. Oh man, and their coach, I checked on their coach's job security. I'll show it to you guys after this game, but it's at 38%. We might be on the bright side. Next year, if the Oregon job opens up, I'm going to jump at it because if Oregon offers me a chance to coach there, I'll probably do a poll to see if you guys want me to stay or not. But there's a 90% chance I'll give you guys 2 days to vote on that poll if they offer me a job. And if in 2 days, if nobody has votes, I'll probably just end up going straight to Oregon because it'll be so much easier to recruit there and so much easier to win games repeatedly. That's right here. Once again, we do see a lot of this stuff right here. Yada, yada, yada. We did get the punt. The kicker did commit, so we finally do get our first commit of the season. How does it feel now as we get a 3-star prospect? But that's still the first commit of the season for Arizona as we do play 2-6 Cal this week. How are they looking? And we might end up doing the same thing with... no, I'm not going to submit them. 2 back-to-back submits. I know that's not going to go over well. That people tend to not like one submit, yellow, and back-to-back submits. Now I just got to find some random guy that looks decent and put a lot of points towards him. You have a 91 speed, you're going to get points. You can't catch or anything. Only thing that I like him for is returning. That's the only thing that he'll probably ever do here. He'll probably get a red shirt his first year, and then he'll just return for the rest of his career here. As you see, Blake Peterson did commit to freaking Arizona State. J.J. Covington commits to Washington. And that's pretty much it there. Let's look at the athletes real quick. Let's look at how it's looking here. It's looking like Syracuse is going to fall out before they even get their chance to have their visit. I almost guarantee that. Pitt, it's a stretch. Wait, I think we're in week 10 or 11, so Pitt won't fall out in time. But their visit, I don't think it'll do anything. Vandy, though, that's good recruiting battle right there. And right here, Vandy's just staying alive in the battle for Albert Smith. Just barely hanging on. They're fighting for anything, and right here, as you see, Chris Palmer's committed here already. Willie Mitchell, we are slowly moving up in his. We're just trying to keep alive in it. And cornerbacks, we've already looked at these guys. You guys already know we didn't get anybody here. We are falling behind on Kevin Johnson, which kind of gets me nervous because don't we need a middle linebacker? I'm pretty sure a middle linebacker was one of our team needs, and yeah, it was. It is a team need, so that gets me kind of nervous. Is there an outside linebacker we're going for? No, there isn't anything. So that kind of gets me nervous right there. But Brandon Birch, it looks like I think we're pretty much locked up Brandon Birch, and James Lilly, we're moving up on his board, so we've pretty much locked them up. But Drew Carroll, they're slowly falling out, but they're not falling out quick enough, if you ask me. It's not quick enough. They have just enough time to come back in it. And yeah, as you do see, Cal does fall out on Garrett Newell. And he's pretty much a guaranteed commit here. But a new guy that we just started going for, Mitchell Gibson, right here. We'll probably get him. Heck, I guarantee you right here, this will probably get him. We might get him right here in this video. Playing style is a deal breaker for him, but we do have a C+ there. So, yeah, that scholarship should almost guarantee
him committing soon. That will, if you ask me, a 70 overall doesn't really have a lot of scholarships. Not a lot of teams even looking at him, and thus offering him a scholarship probably almost locks it up. And like everybody says, it's surprising that we're actually at 7-0 this year. And right here, as you see, we look at our schedule, we started out 14-0. Now against a 2-6 Minnesota team, looking like a pretty much of a kind of year. And then we beat UNLV and Toledo, and that was kind of a point in the year. Is kind of a once again kind of a up in the air after that Toledo game. But then we got our stuff together against an undefeated Washington team. And we handed them their first loss, and we handed USC their first loss, and then we beat Utah and Colorado, and now we have Oregon's not even ranked, so Oregon loses another game. Oregon's 4-4. Their coach is on a seat that is burning hot right now, as I will show you that right here. Lowest job security. He has a 35% job security. One of the lowest in the nation. He is the lowest job security in the Pac-12 right now. And almost the lowest, and one of the lower ones in the nation right now. Which I find hilarious that he's one of the lowest there's one of the lowest job securities in the nation right now. I find that hilarious. And right here, Oregon State did beat Stanford, so they are proving that they very easily could end up being the team that we face in the Pac-12 championship game. But I'll meet you guys in this game against Cal. Right here, we just lost Garrett Wharton to an injury, and like I said, this is supposed to be the hardest part of the season, but quite frankly, at the beginning of the year, this is right around here is where people start seeing the harder games start to show up for us. But quite frankly, it's starting to look like this is going to be the easier part of our schedule. As Oregon's having a terrible season, I'm going to assume that they have injuries, and I'll look at it after this game and see if they have injuries. But the Beavers lose their first game of the season as USC beats Oregon State, and that hurts the Pac-12 as a whole. Okay, it's only a quarter. He's only out for a quarter, but that hurts the whole Pac-12. The whole Pac-12 is now hurt because of that. Because the Pac-12 championship game, if anything, was going to gain us respect. Sorry, I was having trouble talking there. But the winner of that game, pretty much right now, goes into the national championship game. It was before that game. Now after that game, it's kind of a... If Oregon State finishes out undefeated and a few other teams lose, yeah, it's still that whole kind of the winner of the Pac-12 championship game goes to the national championship. Because I remember when the Big Ten had that was some of the years they were the most well-respected team. Not the well-respected team, but they were really respected as a conference. Like, it wasn't like it is now, oh, Big Ten team, you can't, if you're a Big Ten team, you can't win a bowl, you can't be good and stuff like that. It became more of a, oh, you're a Big Ten team, okay, you can do good. And that's what the Pac-12 needs right now. We need this whole kind of, oh, you're a Pac-12 team, okay, you can be good. Because right now, and a fumble! The big hit causes the fumble, and Rainey almost could have returned that all the way. But that's what the Pac-12 needs. We need a national championship team this year to keep respect. Because right now we're in a dangerous situation of actually losing the little respect that we have left. Oregon created a lot of the little respect that we have left. And the fact that they're not having a good season, it drops it a lot. And although we were considered earlier in this season to be considered one of the better conferences in the nation, I don't think we have that anymore. And if we do, I don't think we have the right to have that anymore. Because we have too many teams that are doing average and that's it. And when you have a lot of teams doing just average, it's never going to work. you're never going to be a big, prestigious conference when you have a lot of teams doing just good enough. I just hope we don't end up going down to like bottom to like middle of it. As long as we can stay up towards the top 5, I'm fine with it. But I don't know if we're going to be able to stay up there for all that long. But time I start getting back on track with the gameplay right here. We do lead. Oh, we tried to put a little bit of lead on it for Jenkins, but they break it up right here. As we have been more balanced, we've actually been more pass oriented today. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted there. But right here, Griffey goes over top, almost gets the touchdown, and that would have been huge right there for Trey Griffey to get that touchdown right there, as he was coming out of the slot on that play because of the injury to Wharton. He was coming off the bench and has a slot, and that was big for him right there. Because he's proven to me next year he's our man for the slot, and I hope that he actually does improve a lot. I'm pretty sure he's not a senior, and I think we do have a few seniors in our receiving core, which would open up room for him to maybe be a starter. But Missouri loses, and that will push them out of the rankings and maybe push Tennessee back into the rankings. As Tennessee, I remember they have pulled off a lot of shockers this year. And that just adds to another shocker. I mean, oh my gosh. How many times can you pull off a shocker? I don't know, but Tennessee is going to find out very soon. Touchdown for us again this is, like I said, this is the game. I don't want to end up being another one of those Pac-12 teams that loses to a team we shouldn't. So, I'm going to be really versatile in games like this where I know I should win. I'm going to just try and early on pile on the points, and then I'll start going back to what I normally do. But it's just, you can't, after seeing the stuff that's happened in the Pac-12, I'm going full out on teams like California. When I play them, I'm going to be going full out. And then when I play teams like Oregon or Stanford, I'm going to hold back a little bit on how hard I play them. I'll probably run the ball and be more methodical. Right here, we did score a touchdown. It was just very, very boring, so I didn't think that you guys would want to see it. But they are actually, California is looking like they might get a touchdown here, which wouldn't make me the world's happiest. But I actually did think about it, Oregon season. I'm going to check the injury report because I almost guarantee Marcus Mariota or their running back is injured. There has to be some big injury or quite a few big injuries, because I don't see any other way that they have a bad season like they're having right now. There's something going on there, and it's not just them, and it's not just they're not playing up to par. No, if they weren't playing up to par, they'd maybe have a loss or two. They wouldn't be at 4 losses. And I know Mariota went, so that's why I'm thinking Mariota's injured, because Mariota in this game he's actually, let me check the Heisman watch, because he's always in the Heisman watch, and I'm pretty sure he isn't this year. Yeah, the last few weeks he hasn't been, so I almost guarantee you Mariota's injured. And they do score a touchdown here, California does, and it does kind of annoy me, but we've dominated them all game, and they got 1 touchdown. It's still 28-7. We've still dominated the game. We still pretty much won the game. I mean, if you ask me, there's no hope left for them. We'll just... Oh! Other than that, unless we completely go full out retarded and lose the onside kick, there's no hope left for them until we gave them hope. And now they do somewhat have hope, because our offense has had no problem moving the ball against them. So I assumed right there that we were going to get a touchdown. But now that they have the ball back, if they score here, they're very much do have a chance to win, because they have torn our defense apart on that. They tore our defense apart in that last drive, and now they actually have me switch into a zone, which is something I don't like to play with this team because it doesn't work that well. But man defense hasn't been working either, and neither is tackling, guys. That hasn't been working much either, or as any type of coverage. No coverage is working on California, and they're starting to look like a team that possibly could very easily give us our first loss. With a touchdown here, they're right back in this game. And very easily could be the first team to beat this Arizona team. And it would keep them alive for bowl eligibility, and very easily could actually get them into a bowl. And very easily could ruin the Pac-12 chances, completely ruin the Pac-12 chances at getting into a national championship game. And we're just make this year one of those years that the Pac-12 wants to write off. But would not be a year that, but not the type of year that Arizona, we won't want to write this year off. Even if we lose 2 more games throughout this year, this will not be a year for us to write off, because this will be a year of us kind of showing the nation, hey, we're not this team that you thought we were. We're not this team that's going to sit there and take losses and take them without a fight. Being put up, oh my gosh. This is Oregon. Oregon is looking like a team that's going to beat us right now. But we are so much better than them. I know we can beat them. We should be destroying them right now. But yet here we are, not even stopping them. They've gone relentlessly down the field on us. Their biggest enemy though is themselves. Like whenever you play the computer, biggest enemy is themselves holding off, running down the clock, and letting the clock run. But yeah, very easily we will probably lose 2 or 3 games this year playing defense like this. Because there are games, every game so far we've been able to, at this point in the year, pretty much have under control, and we can give up touchdowns late. The only game that we really haven't been able to do that in this year was the Minnesota game, the Toledo game, and the USC game. And now this game. Oh my. The quarterback scores a touchdown that could very easily that puts California right back in it. And this, I'm sorry, I'm annoyed right now because we should be killing them. And instead we're falling into Pac-12 habits of leading teams that you should be killing, letting them hang around for too long. Oregon normally doesn't do it. Oregon probably has done it a lot this year, let teams that shouldn't be hanging around. And now we're joining that club. And if we don't get this onside recovery, which now we do, we are going to, oh wow, onside recovery could go an onside recovery going down inside the 20 still gets credited with 0 yards. Though that's hilarious. So that we could almost took that for a touchdown. We're right here. We're just going to try and run the clock out and finish off this game. And I'll see you guys at the end. Right here, as we've been moving down the field, we do end up getting right in front of the end zone, and hopefully we can get a touchdown here. And we pounded in with Kadeem Carey, who hasn't really had the game that he normally does. I don't think he has 100 yards yet, which really is disappointing for me. But right here, with 1:54 left, we are now up 35-14. And we allow another touchdown. And at this point, I'm just pissed off right now. Because we give up 21 points to Cal. Of all teams, Cal. Because right now, with 1:30 left, Cal is still somewhat in this game. As they could still come back and win this game. And it's really pushing my buttons, the fact that we cannot close out this game. But right here, though, we do recover the onside kick. And right now, we are just going to run out the clock here, as they will be calling timeouts, but we don't care. We're still going to just try and jam the ball down the middle. But this is another point to where I made a few games ago. I said, in the fourth quarter is when we play the worst. And right now in this game, they have gotten all 21 of their points in the fourth quarter.
and we have only gotten 14 points in the second half compared to their 21 in the fourth quarter alone. So that tells you enough right there about how this game's been going. It's all the second half. If we only played a second half of football, it would be pure California. California would win, and we'd be handed our first loss of the game. Not of the game, but of the season. First loss of the season would be coming to a California team. But right here, we are still going to burn off some clock, and hopefully, as you do see, Kadeem Carey does get to 100 yards rushing. Man, that makes me happy because I think that means so far in every game I think he's gotten 100 yards rushing, or at least gotten close to 100 yards rushing, and that right there, that's something big right there. 1,000 yards rushing, and we're not even and this is the 8th game of the year, and he already has 1,000 yards rushing. So he still has like 5 or 6 games left, depending on how the season goes, to get up to that 1,500 mark, which would be a big milestone for us. To me, that'd be a big milestone. And right here, as Kadeem Carey does get the outside, he gets the touchdown, as he sets the record for the most rushing touchdowns in a game. And we did level up in this game too, so we will be getting hopefully a lot better with recruiting. And right there, we get the field goal, and oh boy, am I happy right now. As we go up 42-21, and we're just going to kick this ball deep. And I would love to see us get a pick, and just that way we can just run the clock out some more. Because right here, though, they're going to try and pass the ball, and we all know it. They're going to try and get one more touchdown. Because I'll admit, this doesn't look pretty for them, but it's been actually a pretty good game for them. And right here, Washington does get the hit. I'm shocked they did not call that late. I was kind of trying to trick him into staying in bounds right there, hoping that he would juked inside on me. That's why I dove, was if anything, I was hoping I'd trip him up and keep him in bounds. But instead, he goes out of bounds. And right here, we are just going to prepare ourselves for a pass. And right here, as Washington has Fisher would have been a little bit more to his right, our left. We would have had a pick. We would have had the pick that we needed, and the first pick of the game, as we have not had a pick in the last 2 or 3 games, and it's kind of getting nerve-wracking not to have a pick. But right there, just as I said that, McKnight gets the pick. Just as I was talking about how we needed to get a pick because we haven't had one in a while, we get the pick that we needed. And just so you guys know, there's 2 turnovers. Both were Solomon thrown picks. But I'm still going to keep him in it, as I know some people probably don't want to see him in. Some people probably do. I believe he's the best quarterback there is for this team. And right here, as you do see, we do pick up blocks. Oh wow, Carey still stays up, because I don't even know how many tackles he broke there. And all of that just to stay even with the line of scrimmage. But that just tells you something about Kadeem Carey, and that he is an amazing runner. But yeah, I'll admit it. We're going to call a timeout just so we can get Kadeem Carey one more carry. Because I know everybody's probably going to be talking about maybe that was a pun, but no, that was not a pun. Because Kadeem Carey gets one last 10-yard rush, 16-yard rush. Why did I say 10? That was way more than 10. As he gets 21 rushes for 142 yards and gets 1,000 yards rushing on the season today. And I'll see you guys with an injury report for Oregon. But before I go to Oregon, there are a few things I need to adjust. When I'm upgrading on my coaching tree, I am going to upgrade the visiting experience, because I do want more points. I do need a lot more points for visits. That way some of these guys can get ready to commit when they visit, or commit the week after they visit. But right here, let's look. Yeah, let's look injury report.
Arizona, Oregon. Let's see what Oregon has on the injury list real quick here, because I know they have to have somebody out. There's no way that they just didn't play that good. They have a linebacker out and a left outside linebacker out. Are you serious? Mariota is still in and they're playing like that? I'm shocked. But you do see Braxton Miller is up there. Johnny Manziel has the most passing yards, and Braxton Miller has the 5th most. And then rushing yards, Kadeem Carey is the first rusher in the NCAA to reach 1,000 yards this year. I'm actually shocked, but something else I'm shocked by is the fact that Georgia Tech has 2 900-yard rushers and 2 guys that will probably reach 1,000 yards rushing. But all we need is 1, and we get the first guy to reach 1,000 yards rushing. That is how we do here. That is how we play. Wait, where is he? Okay, I thought he was in. Right here, we do see Fisher is at 26 tackles this year. Sacks, we have 1st and 5th. And then we have 21st for picks with Jonathan McKnight with 4 picks on the year. That's 4 picks. And right here, we will look at one last thing real quick. Not conference standings. That's not what I want to see. But actually, yeah. Let's see. Who is... Oregon's almost bottom here. Let me see. Let me see how Marcus Mariota's been doing. Okay, he's been doing good. He doesn't have the stats of somebody that's been injured. But so I'm really shocked by that. But they do have a tough ending to the season. Good luck, Oregon. Good luck finishing off your season. I highly doubt that they end up finishing off the season and make a bowl with how it's going right now. But BCS rankings are out, and we will look at those. But you do see, yeah, wow, I'm shocked. Mariota's not up there. Let's look BCS rankings. Let's see where we are in this. We are 7th, but with Oregon State losing to USC, and Georgia possibly losing. And Georgia could possibly lose to Florida. That would boost us up there a lot. And then Ohio State is number 1. So it looks like we might end up playing Ohio State in the national championship game. How cool would that be? As you do see, though, we are at the hard part of our season. And we started off with UCLA. And also the hard part of our recruiting season. Because right here is where everybody has visits, is week 11. A lot of these players have visits scheduled for week 11, and a lot of our recruits are visiting week 13 though, so it's not going to be so it's not the week where a lot of our recruits are visiting, but a lot of other ones are. So this is going to be a week where we're going to want to be seeing how we're doing recruiting wise, and we're going to be wanting to see how we can do against UCLA, because if we beat UCLA, we pretty much are a shoo-in for the national not for national championship, but for the Pac-12 championship, and that would be key. And right here, the video is going to end right after we get to this advanced. I'll show you guys, like, if we have a recruit commit. I'll show you. If we don't, then you guys won't know how recruiting is, and if we're getting any closer until the next video then, which is how I like it. And we'll scroll through real quick. Any commits? No commits. And until next time, like, comment, and subscribe.